Hi, this is tour guiding topic, Global Code of Ethics of Tourism. Global Code of Ethics of Tourism is a comprehensive set of principles whose purpose is to guide stakeholders in tourism development, including government, communities, the industry, professionals, and visitors. It was adopted by the World Tourism Organization and acknowledged by the United Nations. Implementation, although not legally binding, it has a voluntary implementation mechanism through the World Committee on Tourism Ethics, where stakeholders can refer matters. The code covers economic, social, cultural, and environmental aspects of tourism. Article number 1, Mutual Understanding and Respect. This article emphasizes tolerance and respect for diverse beliefs, tradition, practices, and laws of host region and communities. Tourists should also respect local population and the environment. Tourists have responsibility to be aware of potential risk and minimize them. Article number 2, Individual and Collective Fulfillment. Tourism should be a means of fulfillment and self-education. It should respect equality and promote human rights, particularly for vulnerable groups. Importantly, the Code strongly condemns and seeks to combat the exploitation of human beings in any form, particularly sexual, especially when applied to children, calling it a negation of tourism. Encourages beneficial forms of tourism like religious, health, education, and cultural exchanges. Article number 3, Sustainable Development. Stakeholders should safeguard the natural environment for sound, continuous, and sustainable economic growth. Prioritize saving resources, minimizing waste, and staggering tourist flows. Tourism infrastructure and activities should protect natural heritage, biodiversity, and endangered species. This article mentions the importance of imposing limitation in sensitive areas, recognize nature tourism and ecotourism as being particularly conducive to enriching and enhancing the standing of tourism, provided they respect the natural heritage and local population and are in keeping with the carrying capacity of the sites. Article number 4, Cultural Heritage. Cultural heritage. Tourism resources are part of the common heritage of the mankind. Tourism should respect, protect, and pass on artistic, archaeological, and cultural heritage. Financial resources from cultural sites should be used for upkeep. This article encourages the survival and flourishing of traditional cultural products like crafts and folklore. Article number 5, Beneficial for host and communities. Local population should be involved and share equitably in economic, social, and cultural benefits, including job creation. Tourism policies should raise living standards and integrate resorts in the local fabric. Priority should be given to the local manpower where skills are equal. Addresses the specific problems of coastal, island, rural, and mountain region where tourism is important for development. Tourism professionals, especially investors, should conduct environmental impact studies and foster dialogue with local population. Article number 6 is for obligation of stakeholders. Tourism professionals have obligation to provide objective and honest information, ensure clear contractual clauses, prioritize security, safety, health protection, and food safety, and provide insurance and assistance system. Government have the right and duty to inform nationals of potential dangers abroad, but should do so responsibly without unfairly prejudicing host country tourism. But the media should provide honest and balanced information and avoid promoting sex tourism. Article number 3, right to tourism. Access to tourism is presented as the right equally open to all the world's inhabitants, linked to the right to rest and leisure, encourages the developmental of social and associative tourism, as well as tourism for families, youth, students, senior, and people with disabilities. Article 8, liberty of tourist movements. Tourists and visitors should have the liberty to move within their countries and from one state to another, with compliance to laws. They should have access to transit, stay, and cultural sites without excessive formalities or discrimination. Access to communication, administrative, legal, and health services should be prompt and easy. Confidentiality of personal data should be respected. Administrative procedures like visas, health, and custom should be adapted to facilitate travel. Discriminatory taxes on tourism should be phased out, and access to convertible currency should be facilitated. Article number 9, right of workers and entrepreneurs. Fundamental rights of workers in the tourism industry should be guaranteed, considering the specific constraint like seasonality. Workers have the right and duty to acquire training and social protection. Job insecurity should be limited. Entrepreneurs and investors should have free access to the sector with minimal restrictions. Exchange of experience between workers from different countries should be facilitated. Multinational enterprise should not exploit dominant positions, avoid imposing foreign models, and contribute to local development. Partnership between business in generating and receiving countries should be balanced. Article number 10, implementation. Stakeholders should cooperate in implementing the principles and monitor their application. They should recognize the role of international and non-governmental organizations. Disputes can be referred for conciliation to the World Committee on Tourism Ethics.